Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I was sitting here thinking, right? Okay, well, what happened was I was on YouTube, and I saw that Monique was on Watch What Happens Live. And apparently she really did bring a binder to the reunion. I remember Erica mentioning in one of her videos that she had heard that Monique had brought a binder, I guess, with her receipts to get the girls together to the reunion. And she showed the binder. She waved it in the air. It's like a 2-minute clip. I forgot exactly what they were talking about, but she did show the binder that she brought to the reunion. And I was sitting here thinking, I wonder what would have happened if Monique was on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or New York or Orange County, and she did the same thing she did to Candace. Y'all know, y'all said she only pulled her hair. But let me walk up and do the same thing Monique did to Candace and see if you gonna go get your husband or your brother or your cousins or your good Judy to come and try and whoop my ass. If I did the same thing Monique did to Candace. Remember, it wasn't nothing but a little hair pull. So if I just tug your hair, I'm just shifting your wig. I'm just shifting your hair a little bit, girl. Don't get mad. Don't go get your husband, girl. It's not that serious. I wonder what would have happened if Monique would have did the same thing to Lisa Rinna or Lisa Vanderpump or Kyle Richards or Vicky or Shannon or Ramona. What do y'all think would have happened? What do y'all think would have happened on a show where everybody talks mess? And the thing is, it's not even necessarily about Candace. It's about how people have singled out Candace. Like, the way that y'all are singling out Candace is though she's the only one who has a smart ass mouth. Like, she's not the only one. Like, Karen literally just told Robin asked her a question about, are you afraid to drink because you might not know what you can't control what you say. And then Karen hit her back with a, girl, don't worry about what Juan's saying when he's drunk. Now, what if Robin would have put Karen in the head? Like, 'cause the truth of the matter is, my man ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about right now. Robin would have been well in her rights, right? For knocking the shit out of Karen for talking about her man. So I think what the problem is don't just single out one person when everybody else is doing the same thing on the show where everybody talks shit. Like, I refuse to believe that if Monique would have put her hands on one of them white hoes, them girls would have let it go. Baby, them girls would have been on the hotline. As soon, girl, walk into their G-Wagon on the phone with Mike, Bill, and Bob, letting them know that a situation just happened and legal actions need to be taken. Baby, Monique would have been living in that same tent that Ashley's mama was living in. So I think that is weird. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think that we have this idea that niggas fight, and when you fight, you just let it go. But we know that white folks press charges, because y'all know damn well y'all ain't walking up to no white hoe putting y'all hands on them, because y'all know what will happen. 1, you might get shot. 2, your ass probably gonna end up getting sued. And then don't let you go around talking about you got 4 houses. You damn sure gonna get sued. So y'all know right from wrong. Y'all just refuse to accept what's right now. Like, to me, it's like one of those situations like when we grow up, we know that, okay, when we grow up, we are all told, if somebody put their hands on you, hit them back. I don't care if it's a boy or a girl, hit them back. If somebody hit you at school, hit them back. But as we get older, especially with men, we start to realize that really isn't the way things go. Walk around here putting your hands on a woman if you want to. Now, some people ain't gonna give a fuck. We already know when bitches get knocked upside the head, people go on by their business. Like, oh, it ain't that dick. Everybody fine. All that. But let your man go out there and knock a woman upside her head because, oh, even if she supposedly touched him first, we all know that we gonna label him as a woman beater. Man, you out here hitting on girls? So it's like, yes, a lot of things were taught to us as children, but that does not make it right. And that does not mean that you should carry those things into your adulthood. It just doesn't. Like, I get it, girl. Like, yes, growing up on the block, girl, this is what people did. But the real gag is, half of the people who talking about, this is what happened when I grew up, this is what happened in the hood. Bitch, you live in a predominantly white area now. Your ass ain't been back to the hood. Excuse me. Your ass ain't been back to the hood since 2010. Your ass couldn't wait to get out the hood to move with the white folk. Girl, you live in a luxury apartment in 90210. You live in a luxury apartment in Buckhead. You live in a $500,000 house in River Oaks. $1 million house, girl, in Malibu. But girl want to talk about how I grew up. We ain't call the cops. Girl, you don't even want to live where you grew up. So why are you still hanging on to something when I grew up? And then on top of that, girl, who the fuck was calling the cops when they got into a fight at 15 and 16? Nobody. I was talking to one of my friends the other day. She like Monique all the way. She loved Monique. Nothing about Monique is wrong. And I think stuff like that is like, just because you like somebody don't mean that they can't do no wrong. Like, I could say I like Candace, but I could still say the bitch dumb as fuck for spending $250,000 on a goddamn wedding and then going back to a house where your mama can just walk in when she want to. Her name on it. How are you spending $250,000 on a goddamn wedding and then turning around looking at $1 million house? Girl, that $250,000 that you just spent on that goddamn wedding, girl, that was your down payment for that $1 million house, girl. So you could do both. I could like you and then say, girl, on the other hand, you stupid as fuck for doing this. But she said she liked Monique. I said, well, when was the last time you got into, we started talking about the fight and stuff. I said, when was the last time you got into a fight? Now, mind you, she over 40. Hello? She said, probably when I was like 21, 22. So, bitch, the last time you got into a fight was over a decade ago. I mean, over 2 decades ago. And you still latching on to something that happened, well, when I grew up. So you mean to tell me from the time you was 20, 21 up until now, ain't nobody ever talked shit to you? Because I refuse to believe that the people that's going around here talking about, if somebody talks shit to me, you gonna get drugged. Girl, people talk shit to people all the time. You're not putting your hands on nobody. Stop lying. When was the last time you got into a physical fight because somebody was talking shit? Like, let's be real. Let's be for real. Y'all not out in these streets fighting like that. And I guarantee you the same people that have that mindset of, oh, well, this is how I grew up, this is how I was raised, let them bring that ghetto ass shit to your neighborhood where you live and you paying $2,000 for your studio apartment in a good part of town. The first thing you're going to be like, don't be bringing that shit over here. Y'all so motherfucking ghetto. I moved to get away from that shit. They over here fighting in the street and shit. I don't want to see all that. Embarrassing us in front of these white folk. You know how y'all do. You know how y'all do. But don't get mad because at the end of the day, girl, that's how they grew up. This is how I grew up. I grew up where, girl, if people talk shit, I'm going to whoop their ass. I don't give a damn if I do live in the middle of 90210. And I guarantee you, if somebody came to Potomac in the neighborhood that Monique live in with that same old, like she said, well, my mama taught me. Girl, I guarantee you, girl, they'll be all on the goddamn neighborhood, the neighborhood hotline talking about how, oh my God, this is so, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Girl, ask your man, I want you to ask your man if another man came into his house and was like, girl, this ain't your house, this your wife's house. I already know she paying the majority of the bills. This ain't your house, this your wife's house. Don't be hitting your wife's table. Ask your man what he would do if a motherfucker came in his house talking to him out the side of his neck. And then after he told the nigga to leave twice, they walked back in twice. Ask your man what would he do. See, the thing is, y'all think it's just about Candace and Monique. Girl, it's not, girl. It's just about, if y'all gonna sit here and say that Monique is well in her rights for dragging Candace across the board, but then Candace is wrong for doing what she did throwing that butter knife in Ashley's direction. Girl, how you gonna... Girl, I refuse to believe that if you got that type of mindset where you can drag a bitch in the barn for talking shit, that girl, if a bitch came into your house talking shit, you're not gonna do... Look, girl, you're not gonna try to drag that bitch down all the goddamn stairs in the middle of the street. I refuse to believe it. Girl, I remember it's this show called Chasing Dallas. And it's like an LGBTQ show that comes on YouTube. And it was these three guys. One of the guys' name was Trey Womack, Trey Howard, and Dior. I think Trey Womack, was it Womack? I can't remember. Basically, they were arguing, and then one of the Treys ended up swinging. And even last year when I did this review, even before Monique and Candace, I was like, girl, why are y'all out here fighting? Girl, that boy ain't even said nothing. Yes, y'all were arguing, but not to the point where, girl, you should have been swinging. Like, this just didn't happen with me just because of Monique and Candace. And then on some real shit, if you really want to talk about, how I grew up on girl, Trey went and popped his motherfucking trunk. And he didn't pop his trunk to go get no spare tire. He popped his trunk to go get his motherfucking 22. Trey was about to start shooting. Now that's on some real street gangster shit. Hello? Now that's what the girls is doing. The girls is popping trunks. Hello? I just think that if you I just think it's comical that everybody who's screaming, girl, this is how I was raised, this is how I grew up, girl, you live in a predominantly white area, or girl, your ass couldn't wait to get out the motherfucking hood. Your ass ain't been back to the block since your ass left. But this is how I was raised. Girl, you 40 talking about some shit, talking about a fight you had in middle school. Girl, what the fuck? Girl, you ain't had no fight. Girl, you ain't had no fight in 30 years. You ain't had no fight in a decade. Girl, you ain't had no fight in over 20 years talking about this is how I was raised. But girl, I'm about to go turn my key over here, and girl, 7 of my neighbors got on MAGA hats. But girl, I live in a good part of town, girl. Girl, I don't live in the hood. I don't live in the hood, girl. Girl, anyways, girl. If you want to have that hood mentality, just stay in the hood. Just stay in the hood with the other girls. So, girl, when y'all fight, when y'all box, girl, you already know what time it is, girl. We gonna fight and we gonna go home. Y'all think that because y'all were raised that way, that everybody else was raised that way. The simple fact that you going out into the real world thinking that everybody else in the world should operate on how you were raised or operate on how the block was that you grew up on, girl, it's really problematic, girl. And girl, I think you need to sit back and just realize that, girl, everybody ain't grow up on MLK. Everybody ain't grow up on Scott Street. Hello? Everybody didn't grow up on O'Shea Boulevard. Everybody didn't grow up on the block. Okay? Some people owned the block. Go put your hands on one of them white hoes like Karen and see what the fuck gonna happen. Y'all know right from wrong. That's what I'm saying. Like, stop trying to act like y'all don't know how this shit operate. You put your hands on somebody, you know damn well they're gonna call the cops or probably sue. Because y'all ain't going around here dragging Karen down flights of stairs because, she was talking shit. I guarantee you Monique would have never pulled that goddamn stunt with Lisa Vanderpump or Lisa Renner or Kyle Richards. I guarantee you. I'm gone, y'all. Bye.